Welcome to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Today, let's talk about boogeymen. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. My name is Kale Houser. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to talk a little bit about the crazy, the mythical, the incomparable, the boogeyman, the guy, the monster under the bed, the thing in the closet. These are the things that stop us. These are the things that freeze us in place. We're stuck in our bed, covers pulled either over our head or up tight. We never stick a foot outside the covers. We never dangle an arm because the boogeyman will get you. It's the thing in your brain that freezes you. It's the fear, the mindset that says, no, you're not going to do that. You better not do that. You stick that out there, you go out on that limb, and we're going to get you. You open that door, and the boogeyman's waiting for you. The boogeyman comes in all forms, shapes, and sizes. Don't let it fool you. It is real. Now, certainly, I'm not saying that it is a manifestation of a monster, all hairy, all like kind of Monsters, Inc.-esque. But the boogeyman in your brain is absolutely real. And if you allow it to take over the dark recesses of your brain, it has no choice and will expand to the forefront of your brain until it has total control. The boogeyman for you, especially if you are in a leadership capacity, in a role that requires you to put yourself out there, that requires you to lead others and interact with them, could be any number of things. It could be that fear of rejection, like I just talked about in the previous episode. It could be that boogeyman of you've been torn down so many times, you've been rejected so many times, that fear is now so prevalent that you don't shake the hand. You don't make the phone call. Because the boogeyman absolutely could be making that phone call. Especially if you're in an organization that requires phone sales to be successful. It could be knocking on the door, going to that event, shaking hands, meeting people, sponsoring an event. But it all comes down to putting yourself out there. And not to mention, in today's day and age, shooting a video of yourself and posting it in social media. Oh my word. There are some business owners out there that would rather shoot themselves in the leg than to shoot a video and put it on social media for other people to see and then potentially judge or even make fun of or even hate on because it's a boogeyman to them. It is that thing, that unknown that's built so much in their mind that they're now afraid of, and it freezes them in place. They may know it's not real. They may know it has no tangible effect on them. But in here and up here, frozen. You can't even get out of bed to turn on the light. You can't even open that closet door with your flashlight to shine around and go, nope, no boogeyman here, to prove it to yourself because it's frozen you in place. That boogeyman is any blocker that you've got in your mind that is keeping you from taking action, that is sticking you to where you're at. Now, there are certainly physical boogeymen in the form of there may be somebody that legitimately does not want you to succeed. It could be a competitor of yours that does everything in their power to keep you from being successful. But guess what? They can't stop you from shooting a video. They can't stop you from making a phone call, from getting your name out there, from marketing. Only your own personal boogeyman can do that. Only the figments of your imagination can do that, can stick you in your place. Now, you may have gotten to the point that your boogeyman are so real to you, they're so powerful, that when it comes time, you do just freeze. Like, I got to make a phone call. If I don't get this sale, I'm legitimately bankrupt next month. But now, instead of the fight or flight response It's where one, you're fighting through. You're like, yes, I'm taking over like this. I'm rising to the occasion. Or at least in the flight response, you're like, you're taking action. It may be in the wrong direction, but at least you're doing something. But instead, you're just totally frozen in place. No action. You know what else is frozen in place? Is dead things. No action. The cessation of activity. And that's not you. That's not who you're called to be. You started your business for a reason, to serve people. You created a team around you for a reason, to grow your business. And if you're struggling with the interview process of finding those right people, please visit kalehouserleadership.com. Get your 10 interview questions that will help you weed out the bad and find the right people to grow your team, to build that amazing culture. It's absolutely free. kalehouserleadership.com. Easy as pie. There's a link to it in the description of whatever platform you're listening to right now. But it is time, just as when you were a kid, you're not afraid of opening that closet anymore. Peeking under the bed doesn't hold any fear for you, but you've allowed these other adults, boogeymen, to take over. What are your boogeymen in your life? What is keeping you from taking action? For me, it was this so-called imposter syndrome, which is complete BS. Everybody at some point had no idea what they were doing, and they decided to take action, put themselves out there, and learn. There is no such thing as imposter syndrome. If this is you, if you're going, oh, they're going to find out I'm new at this. Cool, man. Tell them that. Hey, you know what? I'm new at this, but I've been studying under this mentor who's like wicked awesome. And instead of them charging you $250,000 to come speak at their event, I'm going to give you that same presentation for $2,500. The exact same content. Which would you rather? You can get the real deal. You can bring Arnold Schwarzenegger down here for $250,000, or you can get me, and I'll teach you the same stuff, as an example. There's no such thing as an imposter syndrome in business. There's only you feeling inadequate because that boogeyman of inadequacy has gotten a hold of your brain and you're allowing it to control. Stop. Be the leader you're called to be. If you feel inadequate in your capabilities and knowledge and experience to lead the people that you've been put in charge of, figure it out. Find the information that you're missing. Ask. Seek a mentor. Hey, guess what? That's what Kale Houser Leadership was designed for, is to shortcut your success to where you can be the confident leader. Everyone starts somewhere. So it's time for you to start today if you're not already there. Acknowledge those boogeymen. Like, dude, I am scared to death of that phone. I am scared to death to pick up my cell phone and record a video to put my business out there. Or even shoot a, hey, Kale Houser Leadership is hiring. Or wherever your business is, hit me up at such.com. We're looking for amazing people. Go to that networking event. Sponsor that networking event. Put up a booth. Put yourself out there. It's time to extinguish those boogeymen. And you can only do that by taking action. You can only do that by stop freezing in place. Fight. Fight for your business. Fight for your goals. Fight for your people. And they'll start fighting for you. And eventually, there'll be no such thing as boogeymen in your life. Sound good? I look forward to the day. Shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, kale@kalehouserleadership.com. I cannot wait to hear from you, to see how you are handling this. If you have a boogeyman that you've been struggling with, that maybe this podcast helped you acknowledge and confront, I would love to hear about it. I hope you're doing fantastic. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And no matter where you're at in the world, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.